In 2015, the first part of Inside Out was released, and after many years, in 2024, Pixar released the second part, Inside Out 2. If you haven't seen the first part of Inside Out, you should definitely check it out. Link is in description. It's a very interesting movie. The second part continues the story of a girl named Riley and her emotions as she grows older. In the last movie, Riley was not yet a teenager, and we saw how 5 emotions, joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust, helped her navigate her life up until she turned 13. In the first movie, we saw that Joy had a lot of control over Riley's life. By the end of the first movie, Joy realized that all 5 emotions need to work together to help Riley manage her life effectively. The second movie starts from this point, where we see that Riley is now handling everything in her life very well. Whether it's creating good or bad memories, Joy no longer controls the panel alone. Instead, all the emotions work together at the right time to manage things. For example, if Riley needs to show anger during a game, the anger emotion steps in, or if she feels sad, sadness takes charge. Riley is doing well in her studies, getting good grades, and all the important aspects of her life, like family, friendship, and games, are still strong. Joy has ensured that these key islands in Riley's mind are well maintained, showing that Riley is a very well-rounded and good person. Riley is an honest girl who never says anything wrong to anyone and has very good friends. Together, Riley's emotions created a tree, a blue tree, which represents who Riley is. This tree is filled with many emotions and all the good memories that her emotions manage. Sometimes, Riley's emotions even let her take control of herself. When Riley is playing a game, her emotions step back and just watch what she'll do next. If she wins, it creates a happy memory. Riley loves hockey, and today she's excited for her game. While Riley plays, Joy tells the other emotions that Riley is growing up and changing in great ways. Riley has made new friends and is feeling more confident because of these happy memories. Thanks to Joy, Riley's positive changes help her do well in the hockey match with her friends. The high school coach watched Riley's hockey game and, after they won, invited Riley and her friends to a camp. Riley and her friends are thrilled about the invitation. Riley tells her parents, and they're very excited and confident that she'll do great at the camp. But Riley feels a bit worried and sad. She remembers a time when she didn't do well in a past game and lost because of a mistake. She's afraid she might make the same mistake at the camp. Seeing Riley's worries, Joy decides to erase all the bad memories and only keep the good ones to help Riley feel better. She takes sadness to a place filled with Riley's positive memories, where all the traits that make up Riley's personality are kept. One night, while all the emotions are asleep, a loud alarm goes on in their control center. Joy rushes to the center and finds that Riley's puberty button is ringing. She tries to turn it off and even break it. Suddenly, there's a lot of activity in the control center. The other workers say that Riley is growing up and new emotions will soon appear. The next morning, Riley wakes up feeling different and doesn't like anything about herself. Riley starts to smell strange, and her emotions are all over the place. Sadness tries to help by touching the control panel, but this makes Riley's emotions even stronger. Riley is confused, irritated, and acting oddly. It's time for the camp, and Riley's parents take her and her friends there. On the way, Riley feels like her friends are hiding something. When she asks, her friends reveal that they will be going to different high schools soon, and this camp might be their last chance to play together. Riley feels very sad, thinking that her life will never be the same. When they arrive at the camp and Riley leaves the car, she bumps into her favorite player and suddenly feels very strange. Inside Riley's mind, the console turns completely orange and new emotions, anxiety, envy, and embarrassment, appear. When Riley meets her favorite player, the player invites her to join their team. Riley is unsure whether to stay with her old friends or join her favorite player's team. She worries that her friends will go to different high schools and might not see each other again, so she thinks about joining the new team. The favorite player takes Riley to the locker room where other high school players are. Riley is excited and impressed to meet them. Both of Riley's old friends also arrive at the same locker room, and Riley is happy to see them there. The coach noticed some childish behavior from the players, including Riley and her friends. Everyone got scolded, and their phones were taken away. Riley's anxiety emotion becomes very strong and starts to take over. Riley worries that no one will like her because of what happened with the phones. While going to coaching, Riley overhears others saying that the coach doesn't like her. Anxiety convinces Riley to stay with her favorite player and leave her friends, hoping the player will let her join the team. Joy tries to stop anxiety, reminding her that Riley would prefer playing with her friends. But anxiety argues that Riley's future is with the new team and not with her old friends, as she's being accepted by the favorite player. Joy feels there's not much more she can do. Anxiety removes the tree of Riley's old emotions and tells Joy that a new emotional tree with new memories should be created. Since Joy isn't helping, Anxiety plans to remove all the old emotions from the headquarters so they won't interfere with Riley's future. Anxiety locked the old emotions away and even want to delete them. Joy and the other emotions reach out to characters from Riley's childhood, like her favorite cartoon. They get help from these characters to escape. Joy remembers that the cartoon had a magical bag that could produce anything. They use a small bomb from the bag to break free from their prison. Despite facing many guards, they manage to escape. Joy tells the others that they need to save the old emotional tree that Anxiety threw away, as it could negatively affect Riley again. Anxiety is now in control at the headquarters, making Riley very anxious. Anxiety makes Riley practice all night long. The next morning, Riley's favorite player sees how hard Riley has worked and is impressed. She invites Riley to dinner. Riley decides to go to dinner with her favorite player and leaves her old friends behind. Meanwhile, Joy and the other emotions are searching for the old emotional tree. They come across a river of consciousness and need to figure out how to get across. They decide to send Sadness back to the headquarters to help. Although Sadness is sad and unsure, Joy encourages her and believes she will do a good job. Sadness is sent through a tube back to the headquarters. Anxiety is in control of Riley, making her do things she doesn't like. Meanwhile, Riley's favorite food starts to flow into the river of consciousness, helping the other emotions move forward. Anxiety continues to create a new emotional tree filled with anxious memories. Riley's personality becomes dominated by anxiety as she tries hard to be accepted by the team. She spends time with him, and her favorite player takes her to the coach's office. There's a file on a table. The favorite player tells Riley that the file contains her entire record, and that the coach must have noted whether Riley has been selected or not. Riley's anxiety gets out of control, and she starts doing things desperately to be accepted by the team. As a result, her favorite player and the other team members begin to feel uncomfortable. While Riley is talking with the team, one of the players asks about her favorite band. Riley mentions a band from her childhood, and suddenly she fears that everyone will make fun of her for it. Riley sarcastically responds to the team about her favorite band, causing a large crack in her consciousness lake. This results in the emotions supporting her emotional tree starting to fall away. Emotions try to call for help, but no one hears them. Riley's old friends arrive and remind her that the band is still her favorite. Despite this, Riley gives a sarcastic reply, and her anxiety increases. Anxiety decides to discard more memories, making room for Sadness to arrive at the headquarters. Meanwhile, Joy and the other emotions are exhausted from their journey. Disgust, fear, and anger blame Joy for everything going wrong. Joy feels very sad and starts to cry, lamenting how she has always tried to keep Riley happy despite the constant complaints from the other emotions. Joy and the emotions, along with some workers, use their plunger to fly above memory lane, trying to address the situation. Sadness arrives at the headquarters and tries to hide, but Embarrassment sees Sadness and helps her stay hidden without telling Anxiety. Joy and the other emotions reach an imaginary land that has changed a lot. Joy still feels hopeful. As it's time for Riley to sleep, all the lights go off. They discover a strange place controlled by Anxiety, where workers are making anxious and unsettling drawings that are making it hard for Riley to sleep. Joy creates calming and relaxing drawings to help Riley. Anxiety, watching from the headquarters, realizes it's Joy's work. Joy explains to the workers that the bad drawings are harmful and insists they make soothing ones instead. After all this effort, Riley sleeps peacefully. However, Anxiety sends police to capture Joy and the other emotions. They escape by flying away with a balloon. Meanwhile, Anxiety comes up with a new idea. Anxiety decides to use the notebook from the coach's office as a trick. She plans for Riley to find and read the notebook to see if she's been selected for the team. When Riley does this, she wakes up and follows Anxiety's suggestion. Sadness, who is also in the headquarters, sees this and becomes upset. Sadness tries to stop Riley by using a small control device, making Riley feel suddenly sad. Anxiety realizes that Sadness is causing this and finds her in the headquarters. Anxiety takes the remote control from sadness. When Riley opens the notebook, she reads that she is not ready yet and cannot join the team. Confused and frustrated, anxiety starts to come up with more strange plans to impress the coach and get Riley selected. These imaginative thoughts create a huge, imaginative cloud that traps Joy and the other emotions. Joy and the others try hard to escape, but they can't get back. Because of anxiety, Riley starts to dress like the rest of the team and begins to drift away from her old friends. Meanwhile, Joy and the other emotions arrive at a place where Joy had discarded memories that might hurt Riley's happiness and confidence. They build a huge mountain with the emotional tree that anxiety had thrown away at the top. Joy needs to reach this tree. Anxiety continues to add more anxious memories to the tree, which negatively affects Riley. Anxiety puts the idea in Riley's mind that if she scores 3 goals, the coach will add her to the team, since Riley's favorite player once said no one had scored 3 goals before. Riley believes this might be her chance to impress the coach. Joy and the other emotions plan to use a bomb from the magical bag they used before to deal with the situation. The bomb explodes, causing all the old memories Joy had discarded to scatter. These memories fall into the consciousness lake and flow away. Anxiety tries to stop Joy and the other emotions from reaching the headquarters. Meanwhile, embarrassment and sadness work together to help Joy and the others return. Anxiety continues to control Riley, pushing her to score 3 goals. As a result, Riley starts playing oddly. The coach notices that Riley is not playing normally and no one understands what is happening. Riley accidentally causes a penalty and has to sit out after a timeout. Meanwhile, Joy and the other emotions, along with the old negative memories, fall into the consciousness lake. These memories start influencing Riley's new personality, which is now full of anxiety. The emotions connect back to the headquarters, where anxiety is out of control and confused about how to help Riley. The other emotions try to remove the anxiety tree, but Joy explains that no single emotion can control Riley. She has to decide which emotions she wants to live with. Understanding this, anxiety and the other emotions plan to create a new emotional tree for Riley that includes all the emotions. With this new tree, Riley starts to feel a bit more relaxed. Riley's friends also come to support her, showing they care deeply and are worried about her. Riley, feeling more relaxed, tells her friends she's worried they might not stay together. Her friends reassure her that no matter what, they will always be friends. With this support, Riley returns to the hockey match and plays calmly. After the match, everyone waits for the coach's message to find out if Riley has made the team. Her friends send her messages to help her relax. Joy comforts anxiety, reminding it that whatever happens will be for the best. In the end, Riley is selected for the team and excitedly shares the news with her parents. The movie closes with Joy discovering a secret about Riley, and the story concludes. If you haven't seen the emotional story of the week dinosaur, click on video on screen or check out the link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.